Hello, I'm Anita McVeigh. Welcome to Verified Live. We begin in Washington, where the BBC's North America editor, Sarah Smith, has spoken to US President Donald Trump on the phone just a short while ago. Let's go straight to Sarah now. Sarah, tell us, what did the president say?
Well, I'd asked him about a number of topics, obviously including the war in Iran, which he sounded very upbeat about. As you said, he told us that the other side is dying to make a deal, he said. So whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm doing, it seems to be working very well. Now, he often sounds rather bombastic about how things are going with Iran. There's not much evidence that the other side are necessarily saying at the moment that they're desperate to make a deal, but he's often very positive about that. I also asked him about his relationship with Sir Keir Starmer, which has suffered greatly over the war in Iran. And Donald Trump has been very, very critical of the Prime Minister recently. And he posted on social media the other day saying that Keir Starmer still had time to recover. So I asked him, what did he mean by that? What could the Prime Minister do to recover? And he said to me that if he opens up the North Sea for oil drilling and strengthens his immigration policies, he can recover. But if he does not do that, Mr. Trump said, I don't think he has a chance, he said of Keir Starmer. So that was quite damning. But, of course, the other thing that's going to happen in UK-US relationships soon is that King Charles and Queen Camilla will be visiting Washington next week. So that might be an opportunity to repair relations. And I actually asked Donald Trump that directly. Would this royal visit help with the UK-US relationship? And he said, absolutely, the answer is yes. Of King Charles, he said he's a great man, a brave man, and he will absolutely be a positive. He made it clear he is very, very much looking forward to that royal visit, even though things are pretty strained between him and the Prime Minister right now.
And Sarah, I believe you also spoke to him about NATO allies. Obviously, the UK is one of those. What did he say about the approach of NATO to the war with Iran?
Yeah, well, we know he has said many times how disappointed he is that the UK and other NATO allies haven't joined him in that war and haven't offered more assistance. He's made his disappointment in that very, very clear. But I said to him, given how pleased he is about the performance of both the US and the Israeli armed forces in this conflict, why did he feel he needed the help of NATO allies? And he said he absolutely didn't need them at all. He could do it without them. But he thought that countries like the UK should have been there for him and that it was a test when he made clear that the UK had failed that test because they hadn't offered him more assistance. So he said it wasn't that, he couldn't perform the military function without the help of NATO allies, but he wanted to know that they would be there for him. And he obviously has been disappointed by saying that Britain failed the test when asked to step up.
OK, Sarah, thank you very much. Sarah Smith, our North America editor there, with the details of her phone conversation with President Trump.